Let's get your first look for the news going here this morning with Nathan Cones live from the news studio.
Thank you very much, John, and good morning, everyone. The Carroll County Board of Supervisors has a lengthy agenda scheduled for today, which, of course, was moved from yesterday's normally scheduled time due to the New Year's holiday. The board convenes at 9 a.m. in the Conservation Education Center at Swan Lake State Park. They open that first meeting of the year by appointing a temporary chairperson to manage the meeting until a new chair and vice chair are selected to serve for the upcoming year. The board will then hear from New Opportunities representatives for updates on opioid funding awarded to the county. Region 12 Council of Governments is also on the agenda today to present its fiscal year 2025 funding request. The supervisors will hold a brief discussion concerning contract law and existing and future county agreements, as well as adjustments to the ongoing courthouse HVAC and improvement project. This is followed by more than a dozen annual appointments to boards and committees. That includes the Board of Health, County Weed Commissioner, Board of Adjustments, and many others. The final items on the agenda for today are manure management annual updates, committee reports, as well as a closed session for the supervisors to discuss union negotiations with the Carroll County Paramedics Association. Today's meeting is open to the public. Again, that opens at 9 o'clock out at Swan Lake, but the public portion does exclude that closed session segment. A link to the full agenda is included with this story on our website. Lake City has added new tables in their town square for people to enjoy once the weather warms up again this spring. The 3 memorial tables were purchased by community members to be displayed in the dedication of loved ones to be remembered by all who visit. City Administrator Jacob Matthews says residents of Lake City are excited about the new way to experience the square.
Really looking forward to when the weather warms up that, hey, let's go eat lunch in the town square. And it's not just us here at City Hall, but there's going to be people in surrounding businesses that are probably going to think the same thing, like, hey, it's beautiful outside, like, let's go eat at the town square. And I sure hope there's going to be people in our community as well that are going to say, let's go to the town square, let's enjoy nature. These were things that we couldn't really do before, but now we have the tables, so it's opening up new possibilities.
3 tables are now on display in the town square, with the 4th table to be placed at Goins Park by the upcoming pickleball courts there. Matthews says more community members have asked him to purchase tables for their loved ones as well.
Nothing is set in stone right now, but we are looking at seeing if we can potentially offer some more tables in the future. I think we can fit maybe 3 more, and I've already had 1 or 2 people contact me saying, can we get some of those memorial tables too? And I said, not at this time, but we're definitely thinking about it. So I think there's interest for even more.
Matthews says it's a privilege for the city to help community members honor their loved ones who have passed away.
You read the name and you think about the love that you have for your parents, for your grandparents, and you realize the person who got that table, they have the same love that you have. They just wanted to share that love with everyone and remind everyone of the importance of family.
You can see photos of those new tables with this story on our website at 1380kcim.com. And one of the most common New Year's resolutions is to quit smoking. And a survey finds 70% of Iowa smokers want to quit, while 50% will try to quit in 2024. There are mixed messages circulating about how vaping might be able to help smokers kick that habit, messages that are blatantly false, according to Erica Sword, spokeswoman for the American Lung Association in Iowa. She says the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has not found any e-cigarettes to be safe and effective for helping smokers quit. Sword says the Lung Association is urging smokers to step away from all tobacco and nicotine products and not to switch to vaping. Smokers can call and speak with their doctors or call 800-LUNG-USA or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW to develop their plan to quit. And that will be wrapping up your KCIM 6 o'clock news. I'm Nathan Cones reporting.
Well, now that we're in 2024, we're going to be taking a look at what's going to be going on. Now that we're less than 2 weeks away from the caucuses, that doesn't seem possible. We can't wait to get that done. But the legislature is going to be in session. They've got some things to deal with. And we are going to talk with Brian Best, who announced that he is not going to run again for another term. So we're going to have him in studio tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be one of the more interesting sessions, I think, for Brian, just because when you're not seeking re-election, you can really focus on the things that you want to get done and what you were elected to do. Not that you shouldn't be answerable to your constituents. That's always a key part of any elected position. But you don't have to worry too much about like a certain voting bloc abandoning you. If you feel like something is truly the best for the state, you feel a little bit freer in your votes, I suppose. So it'll be interesting to hear from him. We'll also have Senator Jason Schultz coming in on Thursday to kind of share his view. And the timing of that just works perfect because the session opens on Monday. The condition of the state address is slated for Tuesday evening. So I know one big thing, a lot of things going to be on the docket, but income tax, I think, will be a pretty contested issue.
Yep.
For the session.
Yeah, it will be. And I'm curious about Brian's decision about not wanting to run again. I mean, you've got the governorship, you got both houses, you've got pretty much basic control. Brian's been moving up, in the Republican Party pretty significantly over the last few years. I mean, he's got quite a clout behind him, I guess. Why was now the time for him to step away?
And it's something we'll definitely talk about with him tomorrow. There's also just lengthy careers in state houses are not as common as the 45-year senator and the 38-year House of representative in the House. That just doesn't happen as much in the state legislature. So I think some of that might be in there. And then Brian also talked a little bit. He was getting to be one of the older members of the Republican Party. And I think it's kind of a bit of a changing of the guard, perhaps. That's my take on it. We'll see what Brian has to say tomorrow.
That's interesting. A lot of folks say, oh, yeah, they want term limits for some, but they want term limits for other people. They don't want it for their representatives and things like that. It's an interesting kind of just internal conflict going on with some of that. So Brian will be here live tomorrow at 8:06. Looking forward to that. Thank you so much, Nathan, for the news update. Again, look for your local news available anytime you want it on the website, the mobile app, even Iowa news, state news, and national news as well. 1380 KCIM.com or the mobile app, the place to get it all for free.